Good morning, everyone, from Carmelo in Western Uruguay, part of the Colonia department, and a city you probably have no idea about. So you might be asking, what the hell are you doing here, Drew? And that's the exact reason. Because it's off the beaten path, because it's less traveled, is exactly why I'm here. So this is my first time in Uruguay. Now the locals pronounce it Uruguay, so I'm gonna have to try and get that right over the next couple of weeks. But yesterday I took a ferry from Buenos Aires to Colonia del Sacramento, which sits right on the coast. It is an absolutely beautiful city, kind of like a mini California, but a lot of tourists will do day trips from Buenos Aires, so it's a lot more popular than a lot of the cities in Western Uruguay. This morning I took a bus from there to here to Carmelo, which took about an hour. And so I'll be here for the next 2 days exploring the city and the surrounding areas and trying to get a feel for what makes it unique. With that being said, there isn't a lot to do here in the city, which is why not a lot of tourists come here. The main activity for sure is to go out and explore a few of the wineries. Carmelo has been deemed the Tuscany of Uruguay, so I'm gonna take the chance, hop on a bike and go out and check out one of them, get a tour, and try some of the wine. Okay, here we have the bike. It's time to head to the winery. Biking through the vineyards here, Western Uruguay, pretty freaking cool. So this is about a 15-minute ride out of town to a winery called El Legado. We are pulling up right now. Just walking up, it is a beautiful setting here. So let's head on inside and see what's cracking. Okay, so we're just signing up for a quick tour. This winery is very small. They only make 3 different wines. So we're gonna try those 3 out with a cheese pairing. So just a quick little activity to do here. So we're just starting on the tour with my man Federico.
Hi.
So explain what 3 wines you guys make here.
Yes. Here we make, we have 2 types of grapes, Syrah and Tannat, and we make 3 wine. Syrah and Tannat, 100%, and we make a blend, Tannat Syrah, and we produce 13,000 bottles a year.
So very local, not a ton of bottles per year. It's family run, right?
Exactly.
And Tannat is
typical,
specific for this region, right?
Yes, typical grape of Uruguay. The terroir is perfect for the grape.
Okay. So those are the 3
That's
wines.
right. This is a principal red wine.
Now going down into the cellar. So here's the cellar.
Una botella que la tengo.
But for example,
4 de mayo empezamos a escribir y a dedicar.
So with this winery being family run, Federico, explain how not many bottles are produced a year and none gets exported.
Exactly. It's a family project, a family winery. They produce is very small, 13,000 bottles. Principal say is here for the majority visit. For example, here is Brazil, from Brazil, and no export because it's a life project. It's a family project. Okay.
Family run, life project. For the people who come here, that's where the wine goes. So pretty cool. None of it is exported.
The people have an experience.
Yes, yeah. All about the experience.
The best experience.
Yes,
Uruguayan
exactly.
experience. Okay. The grandfather. It's another grape.
So as you can see, this place is very small. Just concluded the tour very quick, but I like it that way. No big crowds of tourists. It's a very local, unique feel here. Federico just explained the basics and all you need to know about here and the 3 wines that they produce. So now time to sit down and try the 3 wines with a little cheese board as well.
Okay.
All right, amazing. Okay, we have a beautiful presentation here with the cheese board. Got some prosecco, salami, peanuts, olives, 2 different types of cheese, and then some bread. So I'm gonna sit back and enjoy this.
This is Syrah, Harvest 2021.
I am by no means a wine expert. I'm gonna try and decipher between the flavors, and I'll tell you which one is my favorite. We're starting with the Syrah grape. Okay, here we go. Try it out. Definitely very dry, strong, but very flavorful. I feel like I can taste hints of blackberry. I'm not exactly sure, but overall very good.
All right, and
It was good. It's
Good.
more, it's dry, right? A little dry.
but for example, Tanat is more dry than Syrah.
Oh, even more so. Okay.
Yes, it's special for eat meat, lamb, and Parmesan cheese. Okay.
Okay. So this is
Uh,
Tanat,
Tanat, typical grape from
Tanat.
Uruguay. Okay. Tanat.
typical for Uruguay.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so now we have Tanat, which is the grape specific to this region in Uruguay, which apparently is even more dry than the wine that I just tasted before. So you're supposed to pair this with lamb, steak, meats, etc. So let's try it out. So definitely more dry than the previous wine, but I honestly think this has more of a depth of flavor to it. You can taste a lot more notes, and it goes really, really well with this cheese here, more of a like sharp cheese, Parmesan cheese. And then this would go incredibly well with the steak, lamb, beef, exactly what he was explaining. So overall, I think this definitely gets 2 thumbs up. Over the last 2.5 months of traveling through South America, I've not had many moments where I've been this relaxed. So this is super, super nice. Okay, so I'm actually heading in. I'm gonna pour my own glass of wine. Okay, so now I'm gonna pour my own glass via the barrel.
Fue el número 1 del país con Francia Corta.
Pero llegó hasta número 1. Sí.
Calidad y cantidad. Tenía 300 hectáreas propias de viñedo.
El tipo tuvo más viña en nombre propio
Sí.
en el mundo.
No, no,
Por lo
no.
demás
Just
son
like that.
sociedades.
Con Francia Corta.
Wonderful.
Con-
So now we have our third and final wine, a blend between the previous 2. So 80% of this is Tanat and the other 20 is Syrah. So let's give it a whirl. Okay, so it might sound stupid, but this really does taste like a blend between the 2. You can really taste the combination. I know it's 80% Tanat, so quite a lot, but you can taste a little hint of that Syrah in there. Definitely the red berries are popping up. Overall, I would say the Tanat straight up was probably my favorite. I think that just has a great variety of flavors that you can pair well with meats and cheeses. Obviously, I'm not a wine expert by any means, but I think that's the best that I can probably explain this. Now, I actually just did my first wine tasting a couple months ago with my mom back home in Philadelphia, and that was super informative to be able to understand different flavors in certain wines and being able to pick up on that while tasting it. I feel like that helped quite a lot with this. Obviously, it's hard to decipher between these three. But overall, just to get to sit down in this laid-back setting here and try some local Uruguayan wines gets probably a 9.9 out of 10 for me. I don't really see how it can get much better than this. And you're the owner, right?
Huh?
You're the owner.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and my sons, Federico,
Sons.
Santiago, and I have the other. Juan is the name.
Okay. Well, thank you so much
No,
for
thank you so much.
the experience. This was amazing. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
appreciate everything.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Take care. Ciao.
Trip, okay?
Okay, just wrapping up here at El Legado. What an incredible experience. Just an awesome tour. Very, very laid back. Very true to the area, which I love. Now for the short tour, the cheese board and the 3 wines that I tasted ran me $40 US. So a great overall deal. Federico was amazing and they were very lenient in there too. I could have easily went back and gotten more wine if I wanted to. The owner and her 3 sons were super friendly too. Everyone was curious about my YouTube and my Instagram. So this is just a great family atmosphere. I haven't left somewhere feeling this relaxed in quite a while. But now it's time to pick up this bike and head back to Carmelo, onward through the vineyards. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm back in the city. Biking through those vineyards is absolutely gorgeous. I can definitely see why they call this the Tuscany of Uruguay. Okay, I'm back out. I'm biking to dinner and I'm stumbling upon these people banging the drums with a fire going in the middle of the street. Take a look at this. Not really sure what's going on, but kind of a cool little thing to stumble upon. And that's exactly the type of stuff that you see when you get off of the beaten path. So it's currently about 8:30 and all of these restaurants are empty. Uruguayans eat very late, apparently, like 10 or 11, which is just kind of nuts. But I'm just sort of tooling around town at night. Everywhere smells like barbecue. So pretty interesting, but I might have to bite the bullet. Hey! Okay, I just met a friend biking here.
Carmelo.
Eres de Carmelo.
Carmelo.
Ah, sí, sí.
¿De dónde venís?
Okay, cool, cool.
¿Sabe? You speak Spanish?
Necesito practicar mi español.
City.
Oh, city. Philadelphia?
Philadelphia. Yes, yes.
Pennsylvania, you know it.
Pennsylvania.
You know it.
No conozco, pero...
Estados Unidos.
Yusa.
Sí,
Very good.
Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. I just met some friends here. Say what's up, guys.
Hello. Hello, Peñarol.
They are from Carmelo, so they find it very interesting that I'm an American visiting here, which is kind of cool. So we're just chatting here, exchanging Instagrams. Okay, I have arrived at the restaurant. Still nobody inside. Here we have our chef. He's getting things going here. Big tub of meat coming straight from the fridge. We got some other meats in there. But I ordered the platter for 1 person, so we're gonna get a little assortment of different meats.
Here in Uruguay, the night is so start late and finish late too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because in the U.S. we eat at like 6 or 7.
Yes, you eat early and.
So I was told like, yeah, they eat very late, but I didn't realize like that late.
Very late.
Yeah.
We was speaking seriously. Very late. very late.
Yes. So I was just talking to a lady who spoke English. She said this is the most traditional barbecue in Carmelo. So She said I'm in the right spot. She was also explaining how late the people eat and stay up here on the weekends. Yeah, it's well past 9. The restaurant is empty, and they go all the way until 3, 4 in the morning, 5. So pretty crazy, the contrast between here and the U.S. Okay, I'm gonna go sit down and get ready to devour. All right, here we go. All right, so they just brought it out. Look at the amount of meat we got here. Holy shit. Man, I don't know how I'm gonna fit all this in, but let's get going. So we got all kinds of meat here. We have chorizo, some sausage, chicken thigh, looks like pork, ribs. I don't even know what that is. Potatoes, squash, man, everything. It smells absolutely delicious too. Rincon?
Riñón.
Riñon.
Riñón.
Kidney fat.
Riñón.
And
Chinchulines.
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 Oh, okay. Yeah. So of course I forgot to record when eating the first 3 things. I was trying beef intestines, kidney fat, and then a cow's stomach lining. Let's just say I was not a fan. So I've tried some pretty interesting things in the past. Cow brain, guinea pig, cow heart. However, those probably are my 3 least favorites. Definitely this thing right here, probably one of the most disgusting things I've eaten. But at least I tried it. So now let's get back to some of the meats that I'm more used to. Underneath all of this, we have a chicken thigh. Let me dig into that real quick. That is so flavorful. The smokiness coming right off of it. That's delicious. But it almost tastes like it's fried, but it's not. It's smoked and grilled to perfection. Muy bueno on that one. Okay, so the chicken a lot better than the other 2 in my opinion. However, the owner did say that the locals go crazy for those intestines and the kidney. Just so interesting. Now on to the beef, I think. So one thing I have to note is Uruguayans like their meat well done. Personally, I prefer mine medium rare. I feel like that's pretty standard across the U.S. Definitely a change for me with this, but honestly, not bad overall. It's just not what I'm used to. All right, back to the ribs. Again, very well done, but they do have a lot of flavor. It's just different. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it is very flavorful. The chorizo too is very good, I will say that. That might be my favorite thing on here. We also have a chicken leg, so you do get a ton of meat for the $20 that this plate costs, so I would say it's definitely a good bang for your buck. The chicken is really good. The vegetables are also a nice complement to everything. It kind of clears my palate and gets me ready for the next meat. So I like these as well. Potatoes, a little bit of squash. Can't go wrong with that. Really gotta pull it off. All right, we have one more meat to try. I think it is pork, if I'm not mistaken. Let's try it. It has like a garlic topping, bursts with flavor. This is definitely hits you the most out of any of these meats. Very well cooked. It's super flavorful. I like this one a lot. So I've done a lot of food reviews in the past. However, I think this one is probably the most interesting. For once, I don't like something, and I don't like a couple things on this plate, but I think that makes it interesting. You let me know below in the comments if you would try this. I think it might be the worst thing I've eaten, personally, in my opinion. But let me know, because apparently they love it here. So I found it to be super super unique and interesting. Once again, I'll note this tray is $20. Now, Uruguay as a whole is very expensive, so for the amount of meat you get here, I think it's a smoking deal. So it is started to play some music. It is 10:20, so for me, it's very late. About to go home and go to bed. But for them, the night is young. Muchas gracias for everything.
Gracias a ti.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so just leaving the restaurant. I'm so glad that I got to try the barbecue here in Uruguay, especially at a place like this. Just a super local feel. I was the only tourist in there. So if you ever so happen to find yourself in Carmelo, I would recommend coming to this place. Did not disappoint. Back on the bike, back to the Airbnb. All right, just getting back. I got 3 words. What a day. That was incredible. Probably one of my favorite days of the past 2.5 months. I got a whole other day tomorrow, so it's late. I've been up since 4:30 in the morning. I'm gonna get some sleep and we'll pick it up in the AM. All right, it's the next morning here in Carmelo. A little bit of a slow morning, and that's the same with the town. There's not many people out, probably because they're up into the late hours of the night. But today I'm just exploring a little bit of the city. I'm gonna go down and check out some of the beaches here. Okay, psych, the bike has a flat tire, unfortunately, and no pump, so I have no idea how to fix that. Not many bike stores around here. So we're gonna pivot, and I'm walking now to try to get my hands on a Chivito, which I learned is actually the national dish of Uruguay. So this video is quickly turning into a full-on food vlog. Just found a place. I'm sitting down outside and we're gonna try this out. Yeah, muchas gracias. Okay, here we have the national dish of Uruguay, the Chivito, which essentially is a big piece of lamb. Looks like there's ham, bacon, and even an egg sandwiched between a bun. Kind of interesting that the national dish is a sandwich. Nevertheless, it looks delicious. Let's try this out. It is massive. It is really big. Okay, this thing is really juicy. We also have tomato, mayo, and looks like cheese as well on there. You can surprisingly taste the flavor of everything. I will say though, the egg gives it a really nice touch. I like that they include that in this. Let's see, is it the greatest thing I've ever eaten? Probably not, but it is very delicious, very tasty, lots of flavor going on here. So if you're ever in Uruguay, give it a shot. The locals eat it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, so whatever suits you best. I would recommend. It's definitely a good little experience to have in the country. Okay, that was a great lunch. Now I just want to take a moment to touch on the people and safety. The people here have all been so kind and friendly to me. Every place I've walked into, I'm greeted with the biggest smiles and amazing hospitality, and I think that correlates to the safety. Uruguay is considered to be one of, if not the safest country in all of Latin America, and you can definitely feel it walking around here. Everybody is so laid back, and I'm very comfortable filming with my cameras. I don't feel like anybody is gonna take advantage of me. Even biking around late last night, it just felt completely normal and very safe. So that's a great nod to the people of Uruguay. Nothing but great things to say about it so far. I'm back at my Airbnb, and now it's finally time to try the drink called Maté, which literally everyone has it walking around here. I swear to God, probably like 80 to 90% of the people walking around are carrying the Stanley canisters with the tea mugs that they drink out of. So I believe it's a tea, but my Airbnb host, Susanna, is going to show me how they make it. Okay, here we have Susanna. Now she's putting the tea leaves into the mug, and then the water goes in on top of it. But these are the mugs that literally everyone's carrying around. Do they serve this cold or warm?
Caliente.
Caliente, okay, warm, hot.
Y se deja la montañita así. Introducimos la bombilla y queda ahí. Y solo hay que echar agua.
I tell you, they put a lot of the tea leaves in there. Okay, here we go. Perfecto. Here we go. Oh wow, that's incredibly bitter and bland. Ah, the dog wants some. Hey, here he's on my lap. You want some? Ah. Oh, oh.
Vení acá, Pechi.
He's funny.
Vení. Vení acá. No molestes.
But yeah, very bitter and bland. Like really, really bitter. That makes sense with tea. And the main reason they carry these canisters around is to keep the water hot. Even in the grocery store, there's a whole aisle of the Stanley canisters that you can buy. So they take this very, very seriously around here. So I'm glad that I got to try it. Okie doke, that is going to conclude my time here in Carmelo. This highly exceeded my expectations over the past 2 days. To get off of the beaten path, away from the big cities and a lot of the tourists, was amazing. It is right up my alley and what I love to do. Seeing the surrounding area as well was incredible. The winery, beautiful here. So I cannot say enough good things. I highly, highly recommend venturing further into Uruguay and particularly Western Uruguay. So that's going to conclude this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. We have another one next week coming from Uruguay as well. I'm heading to the opposite side of the country. I'm going to do a video out on a ranch. So stay tuned. It's going to be interesting.